You are looking live at Chelmsford Forum in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, where the New Jersey Rockets U19 girls are getting set to take on Team Wyoming in the second game of their Saturday doubleheader at the NGHL MLK tournament. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you all the action on RizzoVision. And the Rockets played earlier in the day against the Dallas Stars Elite, a team that many figure to be possibly the favorite in this flight of the 11 teams. And they had a 1-0 lead in the third period thanks to a goal by Maddie McDonald. Yielded one a little bit later, and the Stars prevailed in a shootout 2-1. That left the Rockets with 1 standings point, 3 for a regulation win, 2 for a win in the shootout. There's no overtime at this preliminary part of the tournament. And if you make it to overtime into the shootout and you don't win, then you do get a point, and that's where the Rockets stand. So in a difficult game, they managed to pull a point out of that one. Would have liked 2 or 3, but they'll have to settle for 1 as they take on Team Wyoming from Kansas City. No, they're from Wyoming, and they have the brown base jerseys with tan. That's not really white. It might look white on your YouTube device or screen, but it is tan accenting for Team Wyoming. The Rockets in their bright white jerseys with black accenting. A couple of different versions of that jersey out there, but still pretty much the recognizable R or the Rocket symbol on the front. Black pants and white socks with a red stripe flanked by black. The benches are on opposite ends of the ice, but the Rockets as the home team have one slight advantage, and we'll give you a little look at it. There is the penalty box for both teams. So should the Rockets end up with players in the box, they'll be able to get them back to the bench quickly, whereas Team Wyoming will have to have their players skate all the way across the ice. So we'll see if it becomes any kind of issue. Team Wyoming will go with Bente Somers in goal. She'll defend the cage to your YouTube left, and the right-handed catching Sydney Sparks gets the nod. Number 78 for the Rockets guards the cage to your YouTube right. PJ Jacobus with Francesca Hansen and Cici Nieves up front. Liftoff, period 1, game 2. Rockets and Team Wyoming. Jacobus with a quick steal, picks it up and tries to enter the zone, but finds a herd of Wyoming players there and couldn't get through. It's sent down low, and Nieves just keeps going to the puck, and players on the other team stop. Hansen has it behind the net. Hansen tries to shovel it in front. It's on the outside of the net. Nieves knocked away a clearing attempt. Centering feed doesn't get through. Nieves will pick it up. Fox on right D, Caputo on the left. That wasn't really a shot. It was more a pass across, didn't connect. Jacobus, Nieves rather picked that one up. Hansen exchanged with Nieves. Nieves gets down low, but one of the players, Tressa Thompson, was able to pick it up. Maddie McDonald just comes out. She's in front. She tries to shoot and draws a bunch of defenders there. Got the shot off, but it didn't get to net. McDonald now at center with Bruno on the right wing. That's Aaron right there, 16 on the far side, and Bryn Dandy on the left wing. Autumn Dooley at the left point as Dandy sends one in, screened in front. Bruno pounds it in! The Rockets take a 1-0 lead 67 seconds into the game as Aaron Bruno converts the rebound from close range. Bruno leads the charge. Dandy had the first shot, got it through traffic. Bruno found the rebound and tucked it through the pads of Bente Somers for the lead for the Rockets. They jump out in front. So that line in one game plus 67 seconds have accounted for both goals. McDonald had the Rockets goal in the first game, and now Bruno here in the second. Sharp angle shot on the one-timer. Sparks is sharp. And Sydney slammed the door on that one-time shot. Looking for the 5-hole, but Sparks closed it up. Clem Dixon-Child was magnificent in game 1. A difficult fate to play so well and fall in the shootout. Team Wyoming wins the face-off, but they won it so distinctively that it goes all the way out into neutral ice. The Rockets now have Lauren Barbara Landstrom out at center with Hope Menikillo on the right wing and Luisa Rizzo on the left. The lefty plays the righty plays the left. Menikillo has it. She's going to break out with Rizzo. Sends it to the middle. Rizzo has it, tries to get through traffic, leaves it for Menikillo. Landstrom comes in and takes a one-timer, and it's gloved by Somers. So quickly off the rush, the Rockets finding more time and space in this game than they did in the entirety of the first. And they will have an offensive zone draw with 13:07 left in period 1. 15-minute periods for the prelims here in the tournament. Latour at the left point and Madura at the right now for the Rockets. Team Wyoming in the brown sends it in. That was Audrina Howard with it. Howard on the near side wall. Rizzo's going to pick that one up, has a lot of room, trying to send Landstrom. Oh, got it off a stick, and that nearly bounced the right way. Emery Punches Mikkelsen was able to knock it down, and if she didn't, Landstrom would have been off on a break. Here comes Menikillo. Rizzo is on the far side. Menikillo sends it through. Rizzo sees it bounce. It comes down low, and one of the Wyoming players was able to just get there in time. That was Punches Mikkelsen again. So she's made 2 big plays, and behind the play they call the offside, and the whistle stops play. So Debbie Rizzo posts in the chat that they gave the goal to McDonald and not Bruno. It looked pretty clearly like Bruno was in front there, but we'll let you go back on the replay when it's on demand and you could decide for yourself. Top line back out there again. Nieves looking to get it to Caputo at the left point. Haley tries to fire it in, it gets blocked. Here's a potential breakaway, and Miller breaks in. It's almost a 2-on-0, one-timer, and they can't connect. Fox sells out to break up a little bit of the play there, and Sparks was ready for it, and the Rockets maybe dodge a bullet as Team Wyoming gets behind the D but can't convert. 11:56 left, period number 1. 1-0 Rockets. We got a nice perch here in the Chelmsford Forum, home of the Chelmsford Lions. There's a little press box. There's no netting in front of us. A scoreboard right almost at eye level for me, not for you. I'll just keep telling you what's on the scoreboard. Sparks steers that one aside as it came from the point. Caputo sends it hard around, but can't quite get it out as Seehafer sent it back from whence it came. Puck battle ensues in the corner. Hansen now at the half boards, got a piece of it. And the shot goes off a skate. Hansen trying to get the break. Oh, she would have been behind the D also, but knocked down with a skate by Seehafer. Rockets, it's when you play a stifling team like Dallas in the early game and then things open up a little bit like this, it sure feels good. Nieves picks that one off and sends it right back in. Rockets are going to change D behind the play. Dooley and Matone now on the back line. Comes out of the zone. Dooley bunts it. Dandy retreats to pick it up. Bruno got a piece of it. Matone fields it like a center fielder and sends it back from where it came. Here comes Bruno, has McDonald coming down the middle, chipped at the net, steered aside. Bruno picks it back up. Bruno for McDonald, but it's knocked away in Story McGonigal's best written defensive posture for Team Wyoming. Bruno picks it up, sends it off the half board to McDonald. McDonald gets through one piece of traffic but can't get through the rest. Dooley bunts it forward, pinching in from the point. Bruno will knock that down. Dandy got a piece, but Miller's going to field it for Team Wyoming and send it in. Curl away and go for a change. Dooley's going to pick it up, look for some room. Didn't get that one what she wanted on it. It got to the heel of the stick, and Autumn lost a little piece of it. Landstrom now out up front at center. Dandy and Bruno still out there at the wings. So Team Wyoming will try to see if they can work something here. Shot blocked away by Matone off Thompson's curling offering. Wrist shot knocked down again, fielded by Matone, and Thompson sent the second chance wide. Bruno is able to steer it out. Dandy will get to the bench. Menikillo will come on. Bruno heads full steam to the bench. Rizzo jumps on. Landstrom with a steal. Landstrom gets down low, gets hounded from behind, and can't get the conversion. Landstrom just shoves down one of the Wyoming players there. Good legal play. LBL at center. Menikillo picks it up at neutral ice with 9:13 left in the first period. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. And Latour gets back and makes a nice play to field the puck and then protect herself on the oncoming player. Menikillo had it. Here's Rizzo, gets down low, backhands one in, and then had to hold up there to not tap the goalie who was covering it up. Whistle stops play, 8:56 left, period number 1, 1-0 Rockets. They do say McDonald on the score sheet. I was pretty sure it was Bruno alone in front, but we'll talk to the girls after the game or check out the replay when it's on demand. But for now, live, at least for those watching in real time. Jacobus battles along the boards on the far side. It's stuck over there in Jacobus's skate. So they work to get the puck out of PJ Jacobus's skate, and that will keep the face-off in the offensive zone. Looked like Kaylee Madura was the one to finally get it out there, so good job. Hansen on the draw, gets it in close and fires it just wide. Oh boy, Hansen almost had that one there. Latour keeps it in at the point on the left side, but it gets all the way out, and Madura at safety fields it and sends it forward. Hansen's going to pick it up, try to steer it off, but one of the oncoming Team Wyoming players picks it up. Shot, Sparks knocks it down and covers it up before a potential rebound, and Latour was marking the charging Howard just in case. And Sparks knocked it down with the top of the blocker, which is on her left hand, the unconventional way for goalies. We say that when you catch with your right, you catch wrong, but we love our goalies, especially Sydney. Fox will go back to field it, chip it off the boards neatly to herself, look for some space, chips it forward for Nieves. Cece's going to try to run it down, no icing there as it's chased down. Nieves still hounding, but getting it out of the zone is Seehafer. Gets it all the way through, but eventually Haley Caputo just rejects any Wyoming offerings. Howard picks it back up for Wyoming. Nieves jumps off for a change. Dandy will jump on. There's Bryn in the bottom left of your screen. Jacobus picks through, grabs it, looking for Dandy. Will not connect, but Bryn's going to be able to run it down. Maybe take a sharp angle shot, which she does. It's off the outside of the net, and Wyoming picks it up. But what that did was it allowed the rest of the line to change. So Maddie McDonald, who has the puck, and Erin Bruno, who's in the slot, are now out there with their right wing, their line mate, Bryn Dandy. Miller lost the handle but regains it, sends it off the boards on the far side. This one will be an icing as it does cross the line. Clock stops with 7 minutes even left in period 1. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. 67 seconds in. They say it was McDonald. I think it was Bruno. We'll let you decide. Those two are out there. McDonald on the dot, Bruno in the slot, and Dandy on the right wing. Wyoming wins the draw. Maya Miller tries to get through, sends it to herself. Sparks waits to play it and steers it aside. Sydney was going to be in no man's land there if she tried to come out. If you're going to come out and make the play and you're the goalie, boy, you better make it. And Sydney held her ground and the puck cooperated. McDonald helps Matone dig it out of the corner on the far side, and Dandy picks it up. Dandy looking ahead, might have Bruno. Dandy connects with Bruno. Aaron is on the far side wing and has to keep battling for it in the corner. Gets a piece of it. McDonald tries to send it back there. Dandy in the slot. Here's Latour, tees it up, gets it blocked by Miller. Latour recovers it though and sends it back through, and it's offside. McDonald was trying to clear the zone there. That was bunted forward. So I think they might face it off all the way on the near side blue line, which they do. That's where the originating pass came from. And now it's Landstrom, 22, with Rizzo, 13 on her left, and Menikillo, 48 on her right. Madura, right D, Latour, left D, 66 and 76, respectively. Off the draw, Wyoming has it, but the Rockets just trap them and force a turnover for a moment. Menikillo skates it forward, meaning she shoveled it with the skate. Landstrom, Rizzo both take swipes, neither convert. Madura is back to cover it up. He smacks the puck away, and Latour helps pick it up. Landstrom got a piece of it but couldn't connect. Off the back of the net it goes. Wyoming trying to establish some position. Latour gets on one knee and bunts it out. Here is Menikillo, banks it for Rizzo. Rizzo's going to be one-on-one on the outside, draws a bunch of attention. Left it there hoping for Menikillo to walk into it, but two Wyoming players were there and they get it. Far side long pass, potential 2-on-1, but Caputo skates all the way back to negate the man advantage. Sparks with the save, and it hit the stick and hit Sparks in the mask. Loose in front, Sparks with a big save from close range to deny Bales. McKenna Bales had her eyes on that one. Or rather, no, it was Emery Punches Mickelson, 97. I thought it was 37. I have more names here on the Team Wyoming roster than it looks like they have on the bench. Rather, Story McGonigal was 97. How about that? Shipped out. Rockets now have Jacobus with Nieves and Hansen up front. Going to be offside. Hansen got back in time. Actually, the Wyoming player sent it back into her own zone, so Francesca was onside for that play. Rockets team up to knock it away. Nieves sent it down. It's going to be a little too far, and there's the icing. 4:34 left, period one. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. 67 seconds in, and so far it has stood up. They've had the better of the play, but Team Wyoming has picked it up here a little bit more to even it out, but the Rockets still have about 65-35 on the possession, I'd say. Matone 1-on-2 in the corner, gets a little help from Jacobus, who prevents that player from walking out of the corner, and Dooley smacks it out of the zone. Wyoming back to regroup. Knocked away. Rockets almost had it. Here's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Trying to swing it out wide and come toward the net is Anderson. Centering feed never materializes. Nieves picks it up, skates it out, gets to the line of center, still with it, still trying to power it forward, and Seehafer got a piece of it. Now they get it out of the offensive zone, and the Rockets are going to have to head back to the defensive end to regroup. Dooley banks it off the boards, but only a Wyoming player there. Firing off the glove of Sparks. Didn't corral it, but made the save. Here's Dooley, the defenseman, getting it all the way to center and dumping it in with 3:38 left in the first period of a game that the Rockets lead 1-0. McDonald with Dandy. Here's Dandy now with it behind the net, looking to center it in front where Bruno was all alone. McDonald is all alone in front. Now she has to go toward to where the puck is being contested, and Maddie gets there. Madura steps in from the point. McDonald lost a stick, trying to soccer it forward. Dandy grabs it. Her shot was blocked. Madura hustles over to hound the puck carrier, Anderson, and Dooley takes her time, and the Rockets reset. Dandy sends it to the middle for Bruno to hit off Aaron's skate as she was trying to stay onside. Carr brought it in. Now Wyoming gets it in down low. Nykirk was trying to convert that one and couldn't do it. That's off of a Wyoming player, so no icing on the play. 2:43 left first period, 1-0 Rockets. in the midst of a change. Hope Menichello and Lauren Barbara Landstrom are out there. Aaron Bruno heads to the bench. Luisa Rizzo jumps on. Rizzo's out there alone if they could see her, but not there to connect. Latour with a neat play. That's an offside, no call. And the Wyoming players stopped, and now the referee blows the whistle. They didn't blow it in real time. I mean, that was a disadvantage for the Rockets. They almost lost a scoring chance based on that. I mean, the call is the right one. It was offside on Team Wyoming. Off the draw, Latour steps up to neatly send it forward, presses the player with the puck. Nykirk off the puck, still battling for it. Rizzo picks it up, looking for some room, gets tripped up there. No call. Rizzo just got the legs taken right out of her as she crossed the blue line. Miller comes in, takes a shot, and it just flickers over the top of the crossbar. Menichello is going to pick it up on the far wing, leave it for Madura, who sends it out. Rizzo puts the pressure on, and Miller comes in. She fell on her own. The Wyoming coach is saying, you know, looking for the penalty there, but that's not at all a penalty. She just fell on her own. Rizzo, on the other hand, did not. Landstrom gets in on the forecheck. 100 seconds now left in the first period. Rockets lead at 1-0. We don't have the shots on goal, but hopefully Debbie Rizzo will be giving those to us. Latour comes in, sends it for Hansen, and now here's a breakaway, and Team Wyoming breaks in. This is Bales, takes a shot, Sparks with a save, and it goes over the crossbar. Wow, Sparks now has stopped a couple. One was a 2-on-0, and this was a 1-on-0. This time it was McKenna Bales, but Sparks keeps it a 1-0 edge for her team. Thompson grabs this one below the end line. Madura sends her wide, backhand feed smacked away as it came to the middle. Seehafer can't field it there, so she has to leave the zone and send it back in. Madura watches that puck bounce, but calmly fields it and chips it off the boards on the far side. The fresh Nieves jumps on for Rizzo, and the whistle stops play on the offside. Caputo and Fox now jump out on defense, with Jacobus, Nieves, and Hansen up front, and 41.6 seconds to work for the Rockets if they would like to double their lead, and they would like to. Off the draw, comes toward Hansen. Francesca picks it up, sends it forward. Jacobus, like a dervish, picks it up and gets it into the offensive zone. Leaves it for Nieves, and they start to work it. Hansen's going to try to see if she can set up in front. That's where you want Tootie. She has to go behind a little bit or out of that front area of the net to chase the puck here. And Team Wyoming picks it up. Seehafer has it and has 14 seconds to work, and she's going to get it into the offensive zone. Takes a shot. Caputo calmly blocks it. Jacobus picks it up, banks it off the boards with 5 seconds. Shot comes in wide with 3 seconds. Bales one more shot, sends it wide. Period expires, and the Rockets hold a 1-0 advantage going into the second. We'll see if Debbie Rizzo can post the shots for us on the chat. But a good first period for the Rockets. I have it as Bruno. The official score sheet has it as McDonald. I have a pretty good percentage of being right when I see these things, which is kind of, you know, I'm just going to break my own arm patting myself on the back here. So the Rockets gather round Coach John Sparks, with Paul Landstrom behind, as their head coach, Jeremy Jacobus, watches from home with the flu. But so far, so good. Shots on goal so far not posted, but we'll see if they do get posted at some point, and then we'll relay that to you. Or if you're watching and you see it come up in the chat, then you'll know. But if you're watching it on demand, you might not be watching it with the chat in 2 days or 2 years or 20 years. There was no timer on the clock between periods, and it seems like, or feels like, an elongated break. Team Wyoming, as you might figure, they have a little horse as a mascot that they were carrying in with them, and they had it on the dasher in front of their bench whilst they were warming up. But I haven't seen that horse out there again. They have 6 on the bench, or 7 on the bench rather, so a little more than 2 forward lines and 2 defense pairings they have as the teams change sides, and 1 other goalie. Liftoff, period number 2. McDonald starts it out up front with Bruno and Dandy, and we've played 8 seconds, and there's an icing. On the back line, Autumn Dooley and Grace Matone. Sydney Sparks now, you see Sid, 78, protects the cage to your YouTube left. And Bente Somers guarding the goal to your YouTube right for Team Wyoming. McGonigal wins the draw, but McDonald is trying to steal it right back away. Centering feed. Matone picks it up, tries to fire it. It gets blocked by Alexander. Dooley blocks the shot attempt from far away and recovers the puck. Up the near side wall for Dandy, was looking for McDonald, didn't complete the pass. Alexander has it hounded by Bruno, who just takes it right away from her. McDonald trying to power it forward, does get it there, but not to the player she wanted. Dandy stepped into a passing lane and got a piece of it. Dandy's not going to have the better of that one as Seehafer skates in, but Dandy presses her to the wall, and the Rockets try to create a turnover. Caputo gets it at the near side point for a moment, but has to send it back to Matone, who gathers it and moves it forward. Rockets change a couple of forwards. Let's see if they get all 3 out there. Not yet. McDonald now with Rizzo and Minikillo for the moment until she can get to the bench, and Lauren Barbara Landstrom will enter the fray. Rizzo blocked the shot from McGonigal at the near point, and Minikillo bounded it in off the boards, but a stride before center ice means there was icing. 13:36 left, period 2. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. Game 2. Boy, if you can win in regulation, you're putting yourself in good position. There are 11 teams in this flight of the tournament, and if you want a shot at the chip, you got to finish in the top 4. Rizzo knocked it down and almost had the break, but it's kept in by Wyoming. Landstrom tries to force it out, but Wyoming keeps it in. Player after player. Nykirk is going to tee this one up. Knocked away with the stick. Was it Fox or was it Sparks? The shaft of a stick. I couldn't tell if it got all the way through to Sparks, but Avery Nykirk thought she was about to tie the game, and the Rockets think otherwise. Off the draw, Landstrom wins it to Minikillo, who steps into it, but loses it as Thompson picks it up. Landstrom hounds Thompson. Miller sends it to Nykirk, who fires it, and Sparks got the glove on it. Didn't snare it with the glove, but Sid got the webbing of the glove on it and redirected it over the crossbar. Rizzo knocks it down so Caputo could send it out. Wyoming playing with it in neutral ice here. Thompson trying to turn the corner, gets past Rizzo, gets past Landstrom, now has to deal with Caputo, but Minikillo blows it up. There's a shot, and another save by Sparks, and it goes into the netting above the high glass. So Wyoming picking it up now. Their top line with Nykirk, Miller really moving, as generated along with Tressa Thompson some good scoring chances there. Rockets change it up, defensive zone draw. PJ Jacobus will take it. Wyoming wins it, but Jacobus and maybe Latour block the shot. Madura plays the man and not the puck, and that results in a negated scoring chance. Here's one that Sparks snares away, doesn't know where it is. Sparks got the heel of the catching glove on it. Wraparound attempt, redirected away. Madura in the right place. Hansen will steer it up but not out as Alexander grabbed it, far side, they shoot, it goes wide. 12:08 left period one. Wyoming really picking it up now. Near side wall battle for it. Hansen got a piece of it for a moment. It's moved out into neutral ice, and Nieves chips it forward, and Cece's going to try to chase it down for herself. Nieves in a puck battle below the end line. 1-on-2 now. McGonigal sends it to the middle, but Latour knocks it down. Latour uses the body as a shield, but Akers picks it up. Akers gets in, shot blocked away by Jacobus, picked up by Hansen. Hansen for Nieves. They'll break out 3-on-3 as Latour, the defenseman, joins the rush. Over to Hansen, tees it up, shot, save with the right pad. Good play there by the Rockets as they start to work the cycle. Hansen has it, leaves it down low. Latour is going to stay down and play it as McDonald's covers her spot at the point. Madura steps in, shot gets blocked. Akers picks it up, but they turn it over. Nieves sends it through Latour in front of the net, trying to redirect it. Bruno jumps off the bench to blow that one up and gets herded into the boards there by Bales. Bruno now just out racing, out hustling. Dandy in front, redirected it just wide. McDonald has it, she fires, one save. They blow the whistle and the puck's sitting on the right side, right in front of the ref. And he said, he taps himself saying, that's me, that's my bad, that's my bad. He knows that he blew the whistle too early and that there was not a Rocket that was right there to recover it. So no harm, no foul. The refs want to be as perfect as the players and the coaches do. And he owned it immediately. So the Rockets still have an offensive zone draw. McDonald will take it with Bruno in the slot and Dandy as the other wing. It was one toward Bruno's side, but the defender stepped up and kept it away from her. 10:33 left, second period. Rockets with a 1-0 lead over Team Wyoming. Dooley fields that one down, sends it for Dandy, who will get it out of the zone. Was looking to connect with McDonald. McDonald forced Thompson to take it all the way back, and that's going to allow the Rockets some level of change here. Landstrom kept it in for Dooley to send it low. Bruno has it, looking for somebody to come in. Backhands it around. Landstrom tries to get there. Bruno steps into it. Thompson's going to grab a neat little pass there that didn't have much room for error, but they don't connect. They're sending players off and risking too many on the ice, but they changed just neatly enough, did Wyoming, to avoid the penalty. And there have been none so far. No penalties on either team. The Rockets killed off 4 power plays in the early game before finally getting one of their own, on which they did not score. Here's Rizzo up the far side, chips it forward off the boards. Can't get it through. Miller's going to try to get it away from Landstrom, who steals it, sends it to Rizzo, but they can't get it out. Redirect attempt is not touched and goes wide. Dooley sends it down, but it's going to be too hard for Rizzo to get there. If it was the NHL, it wouldn't be icing, because Rizzo would have crossed the top of that line before any player on the other team, but at this level, it is icing. 9:07 left period number 2. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. Jacobus on the dot. Off the draw, Nykirk fires it, but it goes wide. McGonigal sends it back to Nykirk at the point. She's trying to bring it down low, hounded by Jacobus, spinning away, goes to the point now for Alexander. Shot is blocked by Hansen. Comes to the far side, whiff attempt there by Punches Mickelson. Sent out of the zone. Nieves was trying to get it there. You couldn't see it. I had my hands in my pockets. That's why they get cold. Get down the middle, shot, and they score. Story McGonigal picked it up in the slot and puts it in past Sparks to tie the game at 1-1 with 8:31 left in period number 2. So the mostly airtight Rocket defense. Gave McGonigal a little bit of space, and she converted. Jacobus, Hansen, and Nieves stay out there. Madura and Latour on the back line. So the Rockets have played 2 games. They've had a 1-0 lead in both, and they've conceded the tying goal, but a lot more time left in this one to see if they can get goal number 2. Here's Jacobus. Sends it in. Alexander can't get that one. It's going to go right on Sparks. She covers it. Was going to play it for Madura. Madura doesn't see it. She turned around, and Sparks has to jump out and cover it. So a little miscommunication or lack of communication there. Madura was turning to just guard whoever else was coming down, and Sparks played it, but fortunately for Sid, she didn't play it too far out. Offensive zone draw for Wyoming. Shot is blocked on the way through by Madura. Picked up by McDonald, who tries to get it up past between the points, but it's kept in by Bales. And Wyoming will try to send it down low. They do. And Madura just steers that one towards Sparks to have her cover it. Defensive zone draw. McDonald will take it once again. Her wings, Dandy and Bruno, will line up in the slot. Cowgirls win the draw. It goes to the far side. Bruno saw that one, chipped it out. This is not going to be an icing, and Bruno's going to try to chase it down. She's got Dandy up the middle. Shot goes through. Actually, Bruno was trying to center it, but it was blocked by the Wyoming player, and it went on net, bouncing. And Bente Somers covered it. But the Rockets now have an offensive zone draw. Landstrom and Minikillo decide who's going to take it. It'll be Hope. Minikillo on the dot, Landstrom in the slot, Rizzo on the far side wing. Off the draw, Wyoming wins it and sends it back down below the end line. Bales is going to try to chase it off the boards on the far side, chips it past Dooley. Matone comes in to break up a play. It's another 2-on-0. Centering feed, shot, Sparks, save, and she covers. So a couple get behind the D. Minikillo hustled back to make it a 2-on-1. But Sparks knocked it down, and Sid's been sharp. Otherwise, this could have been a lead here for Team Wyoming. Rockets get set. Off the draw. Minikillo tries to fish it out. Matone sent it down. Puck dying with each moment. No icing. And Matone, boy, if she was playing curling, I mean, she couldn't have done it better than what she just did, getting that puck out of the zone and right to the line. But Wyoming counters back. Landstrom is going to try to knock it away, but the Wyoming players keep it in. Anderson centering feed for McGonigal, but knocked away by Matone. Puncherson, Mickelson sends it out. Hope is the call. Rizzo on the breakaway, gets behind the D, gets hooked. No, and they're going to call it. Let's see if it's a penalty shot or just a penalty. Rizzo drew the penalty on the breakaway, and the Rockets, I think, will have a power play and not the penalty shot. So 6:34 left, period 2 of a 1-1 game, and the Rockets with the first power play of the game as Emery punches Mickelson, hooks Luisa Rizzo on the breakaway. Hansen on the dot, Minikillo in the slot, Nieves on the far side wing. Jacobus sets up at the left point, and there's PJ with it. Fox on the right point. Jacobus to Nieves, trying to work it in the circle. Rockets trying to spread out, take their time, and establish the potent power play. Jacobus between the points, sends it for Nieves on the far circle. Nieves back to Jacobus between the points. Jacobus tried to get a shot off. It's blocked, and Fox hustles back to make sure Nykirk doesn't get a breakaway after the block. Minikillo gets it in, gets pounded down there. It looks like a slew foot. That's when you sort of trip somebody from behind by kicking out their skate, but no call. Hansen with it, leaves it off the boards for Nieves, and the Rockets get the time and space that they're hoping for. Here's Fox at the point, looking. Has Jacobus at the right point. Jacobus looking for a lane, sends it low for Hansen. Hansen looking in front, finds Minikillo, one-timer, save, rebound, still loose, and it pops out to Jacobus at the right point. Jacobus for Fox at the left point. Fox looking, there's traffic in front, sends it in at the goalie, and Somers gloves it and holds it. 5:35 left, period 2, 1-1, 32 seconds left in the Rocket power play, their first of the game, and the first for either team. Fox and Latour exchange. The forwards remain the same. Jacobus at one point looks to Latour. Latour's going to try to maybe turn the corner, and now she chips it down low for Hansen to retrieve. Hansen to Nieves, they play catch. Back to Hansen, looking for Minikillo in front. Minikillo tells Hansen to flip it in front. Minikillo knocks it. I mean, clearly would have been a high stick if that had gone in, and the backside ref does call that. That should be out of, the faceoff should be out of the zone, because it very clearly was a high stick by Minikillo, and the goalie had to stop it. So this is kind of a break for the Rockets here. That faceoff should be out of the zone. Minikillo just told Hansen, flip it up, and Tootie did it, and Hope just couldn't wait for it to come down a little bit more. And they almost pulled it off. I'll give them that. 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and now you'll see Pontius Mikkelsen have to skate all the way across the ice or just join the play for Team Wyoming. Now she's out of the box, and she does head directly to the bench, and that would be too many if that puck had maybe touched her, as the entering player replaced her a little bit too soon when the puck is there. But play continues on. Comes toward the point and out. Rockets put the pressure on. Not offside. Oh, Latour knocked it down. It looked like she knocked it down before it came over the line, and offside is the call. Lily wanted that one because she might have been off to the races if they didn't call the offside. 4:35 left, period 2, 1-1 game. Another exciting one here for the Rockets. They lost in a shootout in the first game, so they got 1 standings point. They really are going to need to pile up wins if they want to be in the top 4 out of 11 to make the semifinals on Monday. Chipped off the boards, McDonald and Latour in the same spot, but Bruno's the one to pick it up. Bruno centers it. It goes off a skate. Bruno tries to recover it. Can't quite do it. And McGonigal breaks out for Team Wyoming, sends it through Bales' wickets, and it goes on Sparks. She covers it and will play it, not play it, okay. Matone was there, and this time Matone was making full sure that if her goalie was going to play it, she was going to be in position to move that puck into safe frozen waters. Landstrom with Rizzo and Minikillo now. Off the draw, it's tied up at the dot, and Dooley came in to try to fish it out. Wyoming, they've been good on the draws so far here. So the Rockets, that would be one area where they could try to change things up. Rizzo chips it out. It's not going to be an icing because that puck slowed down. I think it might have hit a player too. Kept in an attempt by Dooley, but they call the offside. 3:36 left, period 2. This one's a fast-moving contest. Unlike the earlier game, which seemed interminable at times, where there were a lot of whistles, this one with a lot of more free-flowing action. Landstrom just pounds the face-off forward, and the Rockets will see if they can grab a possession out of it. They can't quite get it, but now Matone picks it up and sends it forward. Knocked down in the middle, but it gets all the way through. And here's Howard. Howard left it for the point at Carr, but Minikillo was there to knock it out. Thompson will go back on her defense, and Landstrom tries to get through. Thompson was interfering there. But so far just one call, and it's gone against Team Wyoming, and that was a pretty clear one where Rizzo got hooked on a breakaway. Here's Minikillo trying to maybe send Rizzo on another one. Gets behind the D, but can't connect. No icing on that one, probably a break for the Rockets. Rizzo picks it up, tries to curl it 1-on-5, but there is a wholesale change that takes place behind her. Jacobus now with the fresh legs comes out, breaks up a play, and Fox steers it to the near side wall for Hansen. Hansen digs in, gets through, it comes to the middle, a dangerous spot. Haley Caputo grabs it, chips it, tries to move forward, gets stepped into, but Jacobus grabs it in the lane, and she breaks into the offensive zone. PJ tries to turn the corner, centering feed, no one there for it to get all the way through. Rizzo was there, Alexander was open. Nice play by Caputo to step in from the point to keep it in. Jacobus on the near side wall. Rizzo at the end of her shift gets finally to the bench, and here's the fresh legs of Nieves streaking right toward the puck. Cece's going to get there and turn it over. Here's Nieves, 11, bringing it into the offensive zone, chips it to herself. Nieves with it behind the end line, lost it as Alexander picks it up. Hansen nearly picked off that one. Latour pinching all the way down, comes and grabs it. Still with it, turn her loose, 76. She'll chase that thing down. Comes to the point, Madura. Now Nieves back at safety will field it. That's when you have good teamwork. Nieves covered the defense for Latour, and that allowed Latour to just go for offense. Looking for a centering feed, it never materializes as Madura and Latour combine to break up a pass. Trying to skate it out of the corner. Seehafer takes a shot, and in the screen it goes in. Erica Seehafer gets the point shot from between the points. There was a lot of traffic in front, and it found its way just inside the far post, and Team Wyoming, with 1:17 left in period 2, has taken a 2-1 lead. They've really been able to turn the tables here in the Rockets. The Rockets, for most of the first period, really had the advantage in play and possession, but Wyoming has tightened it up here a lot, and they've done real good at keeping pucks in at the points especially. So we'll see if the Rockets' breakouts can get going a little more. It is a strength of this team, and we had one breakaway. Different from a breakout. Dandy's going to bring this one in, tee it up, and send it wide, hoping McDonald can grab it on the far side. It goes off the wall on the far side, and now with 40 seconds left, centering attempt doesn't find anyone, but Dandy lifts a stick and grabs it, but tries to send it back forward, and Wyoming brings it back the other way. Dooley gets down, nifty move, shot, and a goal! Oh, that's a tough one to give up with 28 seconds left. But what a play for giving Wyoming the 3-1 lead. Leading it is Maya Miller. I think that's who made the play, number 9. And got through, got behind the D, and roofed it. 28 seconds here left in the second period. The Rockets are back on their heels. They had a 1-0 lead, and now they find themselves in a 2-goal deficit. Here's Caputo with 15 seconds. Rizzo picks it up. Caputo took a hard hit there, and she stays down on the ice, and the whistle stops play. Caputo staying down for now, and the players hit their knees. And now Haley gets up and comes to the bench. Coach Sparks comes to greet her. I think Caputo, when she fell backward, her helmet hit the ice. 3 seconds, 2, one last shot, and it goes wide. That'll expire the period. So after 2, the Rockets find themselves in a 3-1 deficit. We'll see if the shots ever get posted here. Last we checked, they had not been. But the real concern is Haley Caputo. She's conscious and with her parents, so Hopefully Haley's okay and maybe was just a bit shaken up there. So Team Wyoming was in a 1-0 deficit to the Rockets. They found the tying goal and then they scored 2 in about the final 100 seconds of the second period to take a 3-1 lead. If the Rockets can get back to playing a little bit more the way they were playing in the first period, they certainly have the firepower to quickly erase any deficit. We'll see if they can do it against the Cowgirls. That's my name for them. I mean, they're just Team Wyoming. You can't call them the Wyomings. I mean, I could call them the Wyomings, I suppose, but the University of Wyoming teams are the Cowboys and the Cowgirls, so figure it's probably apropos or at minimum close enough. Rockets will be in action twice on Sunday. Once very early, 8 a.m., breakfast with the Rockets. We're hoping to avoid snow and ice, at least, because that will be our trip to New Hampshire. That'll be in Salem. And then we'll be back in Haverhill for the afternoon game in the 4 o'clock hour. So 8 a.m. and I believe 4:10 or 4:15. Sparks now protects the cage to your YouTube right, and Somers guards the goal to your YouTube left. The teams have switched sides. The Rockets with a 3-run deficit, the 3-1 deficit, embark on period 3. Liftoff from the Chelmsford Forum in Massachusetts. Jacobus with Hansen and Nieves up front. Fox and Latour on the back line. The Rockets will be down a defenseman, it looks like, for this period, as Haley Caputo got shaken up. But they have 4, so they should 5 rather, available. Latour, one of them, picks it up, sends it off the boards on the far side for Nieves. Kept in momentarily, but Nieves fished it out. 4 brown jerseys around her. Nieves now picks it up, but that's going to be offside if they bring it in, and Nieves takes advantage and takes it away. Hansen's coming down the middle, but they don't have numbers. Jacobus heads off for a change. They play with it down below the end line. Latour rushes in to see if she can grab it. McDonald, now the center, tries to help keep it in. Nieves got it. Back blind pass goes over to Bales, who comes hounded by Nieves, but gets the puck into the offensive zone for Wyoming. Comes to the near side wall. Dooley picks it up. Dooley gets the stick lifted, but stays with it by Thompson. It comes to the far side wall. Latour just out hustles and gets the will to win that puck. Dooley knocked it down as it came in front with the skate and spun around to find possession. Nieves has it, might have Hansen. Here comes Hansen, trying to get through one more. Steered wide, but that'll help the Rockets finish at least part of the change as Bruno steps on, and so does Matone. It's on the near side wall, pinned. McDonald and Bruno trying to fish it out. Bruno held up a stick there, blade to blade, and prevented maybe a break, but Wyoming gets it out of the zone. Howard and Anderson for Wyoming. Here's Howard, who sends it in. Sparks knocks it down and steers it away for Matone to pick up. Matone off the boards, can't get it through Howard. Now they battle for it. Puck's along the wall. Pops out. McDonald's going to pick it up and look for some room. Can't get the Jets moving. Has to curl back and stop again. Looking for some room. Maddie McDonald. Dandy's going to grab it and see if she can get it out of the zone for Seehafer. Here comes Bruno. Bruno tries to center it. The car knocked it down. Dandy's going to chase it down. Send it back below the end line for Bruno. She was trying to exchange it back for Dandy. Landstrom's now out at center. Fox at lefty, Matone on the right. Matone chips that one away. and smacks it forward with the backhand. Rizzo jumps on as well. So here's Dandy, the last to change. And when she does, it'll be Menikillo coming for her. Here is a backhand move, but it's knocked away by Fox. Miller tried another fancy one, but Fox said no way. And then Rizzo picked it up. Long pass to Miller, quick pass for Bales. They get it into the offensive zone, but Fox will have a chance to battle for possession down there. Loses the skates, but holds up the player for long enough. Centering feed, Bales was there, but Matone got a piece of her stick first. Bouncing puck, Rizzo tried to knock it down. Alexander sends it in offside. Haven't seen the intentional offside called, but that could have been a close one since Alexander knew for sure that she was being pressured by Rizzo and was quickly moving the puck forward. Landstrom now with Menikillo and Rizzo up front. Madura on right D, Latour on left. Off the draw, they win it, Wyoming, but the Rockets steal it away. Menikillo powers it in, gets down low. She and Rizzo shoot it at the same time, and it's grabbed, not covered. The whistle came before the puck was fully secured. It popped out of the glove of Somers, and it's an offensive zone draw. Menikillo will take it. Landstrom in the slot, wins it to Rizzo. Rizzo will send it to Menikillo. Menikillo down low for Landstrom. It actually went all the way through as a shot. Landstrom tries to center it, and Somers will cover it with the glove. Rockets will change. Hansen will take the draw. Jacobus in the slot. Nieves on the far wing. Hansen wins it to herself. Gets down low, shoots, and it's gloved by Somers. So Hansen's been awful close. She's had a similar play. That's about the third time today that she's tried it. That was probably the most successful attempt, and each one gets a little bit better and a little bit closer. Let's see if Tootie can do it again. They're giving her room. There's no one there. Madura between the points takes a shot. It gets redirected. Loose in front. Hansen tries to shovel it with the backhand, but it goes wide. Nieves leaves it below the end line. A little too strong for Hansen. Jacobus knocks it down. Nieves picks it up. Nieves off the wall on the far side looking for some help. Can't get it. Jacobus back checks. Latour there as well. Trying to get through traffic. Can't do it. Was McGonigal. Centered in front. Bales trying to get to it. As time ticks down, 10:34 left, period 3. Rockets trailing 3-1. They don't want to give this one up without a fight, but so far it's going the way of Team Wyoming. Open on the far side, but can't tee it up. Shot goes wide by Akers. Comes to the near side wall. Centering feed bunted out by Latour, but can't connect. Seehafer sends a seeing eye single. She scored on one of those before, but that one doesn't get all the way through. Wyoming with a big possession here. Rockets need to get it out, and let's see if they can. They pinch in. Jacobus picks it up. Still can't get it out. It goes to the point on the far side. Still kept in by Wyoming. Rockets are hanging in there, but the mountain's becoming a little bit higher to climb at this point. Madura chipped off the boards on the far side. Can't get it out. Sent right back down. Nieves would even take an icing at this point if she could get it. That shot was a headhunter, and Latour got a glove on it. Latour picks it up over for Hansen. Hansen chips it off the boards, and now they have it out of the zone. Quick change will happen for whoever can get to the bench. Hansen will have to stay on as she's the first forechecker. Knocked away. McDonald got a piece, but the Cowgirls pick it up. Howard will grab it. Howard looking to go to the middle with it. Finds a lot of traffic. Redirected in front, and they score. 4-1 Wyoming with 9:09 left as Anna Anderson converts from close range. And it's getting late early here for the Rockets. As they trail 4-1 with 9:09 left in the third. Off the draw, Bruno gets tripped. I mean, just no call. I'm sort of flabbergasted, but sort of not, the way the day has gone. Dooley on the far side wall. Genuflecting is Dandy. McDonald trying to pick it up, can't do it, and the Rockets will be forced to retreat into their own end once again. The Rockets really had the better of the play for the first period, and it's sort of been somewhat of a stunning turn of events as Wyoming kind of, I guess they sort of found their legs. Dandy sends it for McDonald, but just the way that things are going here in periods 2 and 3, they are not able to complete passes crisply. Knocked down by Bruno. They're getting into passing lanes, the Rockets, but pucks are just not sitting for them. But they'll not throw in the towel here. It only takes one goal to change some momentum. Matone slaps it hard around for Rizzo, who picks it up outside of the point but can't get away from Miller. Miller picks it up, brings it in, tries to get through one, and Dooley sends a player flying. Probably got away with a trip there, although she did play the puck. And that one sent in offside. 7:45 left, period 3. Rockets trailing 4-1 to Team Wyoming. They're going to have to start striking quick here if they want to have any ideas about getting back into this game. Off the draw, Cowgirls get it. Seehafer sends it down low. 2 goals in the last 100 seconds of the second period broke a 1-1 tie. And one here in the third has made it a 3-goal game. Puck pops loose, knocked down. Rizzo picks it up, tried to steer it for Landstrom, but Landstrom got a flat tire on that one. She blocked it with the skate, and she yells to Jacobus, go, go, as Landstrom flamingos to the bench. So Jacobus with Rizzo and Minikillo now. Minikillo tries to shovel it with the backhand, leaving Jacobus and Rizzo to chase. Cross ice pass, Fox is going to pick it up as it's not completed to Miller, and Rizzo tries to dig it out of the corner. Fox grabs it, sends it to the front, and Somers will negotiate the whistle by covering it up. 6:55 left, third period. 4-1 Wyoming. Rizzo checks on Landstrom at the bench. You can just see it at the bottom of your picture. Maybe, no, you can't really see it. Off the draw, Somers steered it away, kept the puck going there, probably to the benefit of the Rockets. Wraparound attempt, Hansen was looking for it. One-timer in front by Jacobus, but it hit Alexander in the behind. That one will come out of the zone. Fox will field it, send it forward. It's onside, and Fox tries to send it back into the zone, but can't get it through. Pontius Mickelson sends it down low. Fox will pick it up for the Rockets and try to steer it forward. Bales couldn't get it. Latour and Nieves on the break. Latour gets hauled down right there, and the Rockets will have their second power play. And boy, do they need it, and they need to convert. So Latour draws the penalty, and the Rockets, for the second time this game, will have a power play. Tripping on Mallory Akers is the call, so Latour draws one. Hansen will start it out on the dot with Latour in the slot and Nieves on the near side wall. Jacobus at the left point, Fox on the right. 6:18 left, Rockets trail at 4-1. They win the draw. Jacobus works it through, gets it down low, redirected, Latour in front. There's Hansen. Hansen tried to shovel it with the skate to Nieves and couldn't connect. Fox sends it, plays catch with Latour. Fox has to field it at the top of the point and can't get it down low. Rockets resume their power play from the neutral zone now. Nieves sent it for Hansen, a little too strong. Knocked out of the zone, sent down. It's going to be an icing, and the Rockets will have an offensive zone draw with 1:02 left on the power play and 5:50 left in the game. Sometimes we think these games go down to the last minute, but this is really the game for the Rockets right here. You pretty much have to score on this power play if you want to entertain thoughts of getting back in it. Hansen did what she wanted with the draw, and she will get it below the end line. Looking to shovel it in front, still looking, reverses it back, but can't get it all the way through for Latour. Wyoming picks it up, and there's just a little room, and they're just going to skate it right out. Jacobus picks it up at neutral ice, looking for Hansen up the middle, chipped for Latour. Latour gets it to the middle, takes a shot, glove down and held by Somers. So the Rockets got in on the break. Latour got the shot off, but there was no rebound there. 5:25 left third period, 37 seconds left on the power play. Hansen on the dot, Latour in the slot. Nieves on the near side wall. Off the draw, it's a loose puck. 50-50 puck. Let's see who's going to win it. Cowgirls get it. Hunches Mickelson sent it around, but Latour picks it up. Latour to Jacobus between the points. Jacobus for Nieves. One-timer, redirected in front, and she closed the door, did Somers. That was a great scoring chance. Hansen in front, redirected it, and Somers just was able to close up the 5-hole. Jacobus jumps off for Menikillo, who will man the point on the left side. Off the draw, Hansen tries to walk it toward the goal as nobody was there. Latour trying to chase it down with 9 seconds. Remember, Akers has to come all the way across the ice or go right into the play as she exits the penalty box, which is happening now. Menikillo gets it through traffic. It hits somebody in front, and they have somebody behind the D, but the Rockets don't ever let it get out there. Latour was in front waiting in case Nieves could get her a pass, but it just hasn't materialized for the Rockets. Now they have 4:32 to work with. There's a shot, Sparks save, she's pushed back into the goal, and she maintains her position to keep the puck out. Still, we don't have the shots on goal for the game available to us. But the Rockets now, what we talk about all the time here on Rizzo. Oh, they're calling a penalty on Lauren Fox. I'm not even looking at it. It was a pedestrian as play as you've ever seen, and I'm not even sure what the call is. So Fox penalized with 4:28 left in the third period, and it's now a mountain for the Rockets. So all the Rockets confused as I didn't see any kind of penalty that would have happened right there. But Team Wyoming with their first power play of the game with 4:26 remaining and a 3-goal lead. The penalties are 1.5 minutes because the periods are 15 minutes. So McDonald and Bruno up front to kill it off. Dooley and Matone on the back line. Wrist shot, glove down by Sparks, and she holds on. So the Rockets can't just be in kill mode. They have to be in offense mode, even shorthanded. We typically talk about deficits in a game. When it's a 3-goal deficit, typically with about 5 minutes left, that's when you're kind of throwing the original game plan out the window and you're willing to take chances. And when it's a 2-goal game, it's usually 2.5 minutes, and a 1-goal game, it's 1.5 minutes. These are not hard, fast rules, but those might be times when you think about pulling the goalie, but you're not likely to pull the goalie when you're down 3 and shorthanded, and the Rockets will just play it out here and see what they could do. Maddie McDonald got a piece of it. Seehafer tried to get it through, but Dooley's going to pick it up. Negotiated off the boards on the far side for Bruno. Bruno chips it there. She's trying to get it out of the zone. 1-on-3. McDonald will be the one to get it out. Maddie's going to keep going. Keep going, Maddie. Here she is, shorthanded, gets a shot off, and Somers just got the left toe on it. Maddie McDonald was an inch away from bringing the Rockets back into this one. 18 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Rockets. CC Nieves brings it in. Looks for Jacobus, maybe heading down the middle. Nieves pins it against the boards. Madura maybe waiting for it to come at the point. It gets through, but Latour is going to pick it up. There's a little room for Lily. Sees if she could get through. Gets it to Nieves. Nieves gets it forward. Penalty expires. Fox goes to the bench. Hansen jumps on. Latour tries to get to it, same with Jacobus. 2:44 left now. Rockets down 3. First things first, get one and then see what happens. but they haven't been able to get that second goal. They had a 1-0 lead in this one, and it's a 4-1 deficit now. Between the points, Latour has it, spins it around, has really nowhere else to go with it but there, and Seehafer sends it out. Hansen pirouettes it with the back of her skate to get a piece of it, and eventually the puck goes into the Rocket zone. Latour still out there, chips it forward for Hansen. Hansen has Menikillo trailing, and they call offside? It's a late call, so I was not sure if that's what the call was going to be, but offside is, in fact, the call. 2:10 left. Rockets look like they're going to keep Sparks in the nets, at least for now. If they get a quick one, they might think of pulling Sid after that. Landstrom with Menikillo and Rizzo up front, wins the draw to the near side and picks it up, sends it for Menikillo on the far side. Menikillo has Rizzo breaking down the middle, but a lot of traffic there, can't get it through. Loses it, picks it up, sends it toward the point. Thompson saw what was going on. They chip it out. This might not be an icing. That puck is dying, and it just gets over the line. So 1:50 left. Offensive zone draw for the Rockets. Down 3. I mean, if you could win the draw and put one in, you still have a prayer. Landstrom on the dot, Rizzo in the slot. Menikillo on the right wing. Landstrom nearly puts it in off the draw. Somers wasn't expecting it, and she just got the arm on it. Here's a 1-on-1. Bales will break in. Now it's 2-on-1. Shot goes into the glove. Sparks covers it up. Landstrom almost did it. She shot the draw and nearly found the top right corner of the net, but Somers got the shoulder on it. And she didn't get all of it. She got just enough. Matone was trying to spring Rizzo, fires it off the skate. Shot goes off the post by Thompson. Bales with it now. Will be content to just keep it there if she can. Here's Akers with it on the far side for Alexander. Through traffic, can't get it through. Rizzo's got it, leaves it for Menikillo. Hope could run into that one, but instead, it's just Wyoming in retreat. Thompson has it, loses it. Rizzo knocks it away from her. Rizzo and Dandy trying to work it. Bales will pick this one up. We're under a minute. This one's not going to go the Rockets' way, barring an absolute rocket explosion here. Rizzo still giving whatever she's got left. Dumps it in and chases hard. Here's Dooley, tees it up, redirected by Rizzo, but not on net. Fox is going to pinch in from the point. Sparks stays in. Rizzo tries to center it for McDonald, can't get it. That one's going to be an icing, and they will blow the whistle with 20.9 seconds left. Rizzo is able to get to the bench. Bruno jumps on, and this figures to be the final shift of the game. McDonald will take the draw. Bruno in the slot. Dandy at the top right of the circle. Latour between the points and Fox at the right point. Wyoming wins it. Latour is going to jump in to pick it up. See if she can maybe get one final chance here. Sends it through the bottom of the slot. Kept in by Fox. Puck battles on the far boards. Fox keeps it in. Bunch of players collide. Time runs out, and the Rockets taste defeat in regulation by a 4-1 score. What you did not see is, and we'll give you a little look, there's Haley Caputo. She stayed there on the side with her mom Kelly, and dad Peter was down there as well. And no less than 4 or 5 teammates left the bench to check on her during the time that she was off. And that is what it is all about. Your teammate is down, and that is your chief concern. And also with Landstrom, when she took one on the skate, she came to the bench, and her line mates, as soon as they came off the ice, were quick to check on her. So sometimes it's not always about what happens on the ice, it's what happens on the bench or off the ice, and maybe that's what this one was about a little more for the Rockets, who you see now exiting the bench. They'll get some food and a little bit of rest, and they'll be back at it at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Rizzo Vision from Salem, New Hampshire. You can go, if you haven't done it yet, it's a good time to hit the subscribe button and the alerts button. And when we go live, you'll know about it. And if we're posting other content, you'll know too. The goalies are having a nice little chat at center ice, a few of the players. The Rockets, to a player, were very excited that in their draw, they're playing teams from parts that you usually would not play, like the Dallas Stars Elite and Team Wyoming and the New Mexico Mustangs and the San Diego Angels. So that part of the tournament definitely proving to be interesting, and the girls having a nice chat there after the game at center ice as a great show of sportsmanship and excitement. Once again, we'll be back 8 a.m. bright and early. Brew that pot of coffee and maybe save some for me, because I will need it. Until then, we will sign off. The Rockets fall 4-1 to Team Wyoming at the Chelmsford Forum in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. That will do it for tonight's action. Thanks for checking us out. Once again, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets girls hockey on Rizzo Vision.